Today I'm going to answer a question I commonly get, that is, what is a Stowers demand? A Stowers demand is a tool that personal injury attorneys use to settle insurance claims. The term Stowers demand comes from a Texas Supreme Court opinion called G.A. Stowers Furniture Company v. American Indemnity Company. A proper Stowers demand has 5 requirements. 1, the demand must be within policy limits. 2, liability is reasonably clear. 3, a reasonable insurer would accept the offer. 4, the demand must be unconditional. And 5, the demand must offer a full release. Oftentimes, the insurance company for the at-fault party will not disclose the policy limits of its insured. Thus, in order to trigger what we call Stowers liability, a plaintiff's attorney will specifically demand, quote-unquote, the policy limits of the at-fault party. In order for liability to be reasonably clear, there must be evidence that the plaintiff was injured and that the defendant was at fault, or in other words, negligent. To establish that a reasonable insurer would accept the offer must be reasonable given the injury the plaintiff suffered. Lastly, the Stowers demand must not be conditioned upon anything, and it must offer to fully and finally release the at-fault party. So, how does the Stowers demand work? Well, the personal injury attorney that represents the claimant sends a demand letter to the insurance company for the at-fault party. The settlement demand includes an offer to settle the claim for the policy limits, and the demand also includes evidence that proves that the claimant's injury exceeds the policy limits. This would include, for example, medical bills, a police report, pictures of the injuries, etc. In addition, the demand will include a deadline. Under Texas law, a minimum of 15 days to respond is required. If the insurance company refuses to pay the policy limits within the time period prescribed, and they should have, and then a jury comes back with an award that is greater than the policy limits, the insurance company is subject to quote-unquote Stowers liability and could ultimately have to pay for the entire verdict. So, why is the Stowers demand an effective tool? Well, the Stowers demand puts pressure on the insurance company for the at-fault party to settle cases for the policy limits, because if the insurance company does not, it could be liable for a much higher amount. If you've been injured in an auto accident or any type of accident, you should discuss your case with an attorney and let an experienced personal injury attorney assist you in drafting your Stowers demand. Thanks.